Hello everyone, welcome to MathMax. Hope you all are doing well. This video is about the circulatory system. So let us start with the basic concept related to the circulatory system, also known as the cardiovascular system, which can be thought as the transport system of the body. Cardiovascular system refers to heart, blood vessels and the blood. Heart, it is the system's pump that pumps blood around the body. Blood vessels are the delivery routes or the tubes which carries blood. It is of the types like arteries, veins. Arteries are the rigid vessels that originate from the heart and carries blood from the heart to the body. Veins are less rigid when compared to arteries and carries blood from the body back to the heart. There are also microscopic blood vessels which connect arteries and veins together, known as capillaries. Now let us discuss the structure and function of the heart and the cardiovascular system as a whole. The main function of the cardiovascular system is therefore to maintain the blood flow to all the parts of the body to allow it to survive. Now the main function of the heart is to pump blood around the body. It lies in between two lungs, lies left of the middle of the chest. The size of the heart is about the size of a fist. It is roughly cone shaped, which is broader at the anterior end and narrower at the posterior end. It is covered by two layered membrane called the pericardium or the pericardial membrane. It holds the heart in place, which allows it to move as it beats. It contains a fluid known as the pericardial fluid, which protects the heart from shock. The wall of the heart itself is made up of a special type of muscle called the cardiac muscle. Heart has two sides, right side and the left side. Right side it has two chambers, left side it has two chambers. The two chambers present anteriorly are known as the atria. The two chambers present posteriorly are known as the ventricles. Atria receives blood from different sources. These ventricles pump blood out to different parts of the body. These ventricles have much thicker walls than atria, which allows them to perform more work by pumping blood to the whole body. Left atria and left ventricle are smaller when compared to right atrium and the right ventricle. Atria and the ventricles are separated by septa known as the atrioventricular septa. The valve present in between right atrium and right ventricle is known as the tricuspid valve. The valve present in between left atrium and left ventricle is known as the bicuspid valve or mitral valve. So let me tell you what is valve. Valves are the fibrous flaps of tissue found between heart chambers and in the blood vessels. They are rather like gates which prevents the blood from flowing in wrong direction. So why it is known as tricuspid valve? Because it has three cusps. Means it has three leaflets. Consider as 1, 2, 3. Three leaflets. So it is known as tricuspid valve. Bicuspid valve has only two cusps. Anterior, posterior. The valves present in between right atrium and right ventricle, that is tricuspid valve, and the mitral valve or the bicuspid valve, these valves are known as the input valves, whereas the valves present in between pulmonary artery and the right ventricle, that is pulmonary valve, the valve present in between the left ventricle and the aorta, that is aortic valve, these two valves are known as the output valves. From the right ventricle, pulmonary artery arises. From the right ventricle, pulmonary artery arises. From the left ventricle, aorta arises. The valve present in between right ventricle and pulmonary artery is the pulmonary valve. The valve present in between left ventricle and the aorta is the aortic valve. The two veins present at the anterior and the posterior side of the heart are the superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. Now let us discuss the right and the left side of the heart in perspective with the vascular system. Let me explain you in detail the structure of the heart and circulatory system. Let us consider this as superior vena cava, inferior vena cava, this as right atrium, right ventricle, the valve present in between right atrium and right ventricle is tricuspid valve. From the right ventricle, pulmonary artery arises. Consider this as left ventricle, left atrium. The valve present in between left atrium and left ventricle is mitral valve or the bicuspid valve. From the right ventricle, aorta arises, which is the largest artery. Pulmonary artery is the smallest artery, which enters into the lungs, where it subdivides into arterioles, which further divides into capillaries, where the carbon dioxide is lost into the lungs and oxygen is picked up by the blood, forms a network. Then the oxygenated blood enters into the left atrium. This is known as pulmonary vein. So the oxygenated blood, which is, we'll denote it as like this, known as the pulmonary vein. Pulmonary veins are 4 in number, 2 from each lung. So there will be 4 pulmonary veins that enters into left atrium. The valve present in between the pulmonary artery and the right ventricle is pulmonary valve. The valve present in between left ventricle and aorta is aortic valve. This aorta gives its branches consider this as elastic arteries, which further subdivides and gives arteries known as the muscular arteries, which further subdivides into arterioles, form a network where the exchange occurs. Oxygen, antibodies, nutrients, hormones present in the blood moves to the tissues, and the carbon dioxide and the metabolic waste, they enters into the circulation. Capillaries forms into venules. The blood from the venules pass into small veins, which then passes into large veins that drains the blood into either superior vena cava or inferior vena cava. So let us revise it again. The blood flow. The blood from the right atrium enters into right ventricle through tricuspid valve. From the right ventricle, it enters into pulmonary artery through pulmonary valve. Blood pumps into pulmonary arterial system. Here, the carbon dioxide is exchanged into the lungs and the blood takes oxygen, which gets oxygenated. Now this oxygenated blood enters into left atrium through veins known as pulmonary veins, which are 4 in number. The blood from the left atrium, which is oxygenated, from here it is oxygenated blood. The oxygenated blood from the left atrium enters into the left ventricle through mitral valve or the bicuspid valve. The blood from the left ventricle enters into aorta through a valve known as aortic valve. Aorta then gives its branches known as the elastic arteries, which then divides and gives muscular arteries, which divides into arterioles. There is another exchange area where there is exchange occurs between the blood and the tissues. Hormones, oxygen, antibodies, nutrients are transferred to tissues, and the metabolic waste and the carbon dioxide is entered into the circulation. It enters into the capillaries. The blood from the capillaries passes into the venules, which form small veins. Then it passes into the large veins that enters the vena cava, either from superior vena cava or inferior vena cava, that enters into the right atrium. So this is the deoxygenated blood. This is oxygenated blood. This is known as pulmonary circulation. The whole circulation can be divided in between right heart and the left heart. Right heart and the left hearts, the circulation between right heart and the left heart is known as pulmonary circulation. The circulation between left heart to the right heart is known as systemic circulation, as it carries deoxygenated blood. As I have written here, the right atrium receives blood from rest of the body parts and the left atrium receives blood from lungs. This right ventricle pumps blood to the lungs, left ventricle pumps blood to rest of the body. Hope you all are clear with the concept of circulatory system. To get notified for our further videos, please do like, share and subscribe our channel. Thank you.